All right, guys, we'll let Coach Pike kick it off, and then we'll take questions.
Obviously, tough game, back-to-back, playing these kind of teams. Give Alabama a ton of credit. They're really deep, and they're really good. I thought we came back after a tough game last night and played our tails off. Got to keep getting better, but high level game. I think Alabama is as good a team as there is a country. Definitely as deep a team as I've ever played against. And we just come up a couple plays short, big rebounds on free throw misses down the stretch, but proud, need him to stay out of foul trouble. Obviously, he would have been in the game at the end too. And Dylan and Ace, played really well. But give Alabama credit. That's a really good basketball team. I don't know if there's many teams as loaded as they are.
Questions?
Raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you.
Right here in the front.
Dylan, they tried to throw some different ball screen coverages at you. What were you seeing out there? And it seemed like you could get to the rim whenever. Did you have confidence that you just basically get paint whenever?
Just taking what the defense gives me, obviously Alabama's a great team, great coaching staff, but my teammates, put the ball in my hands and gave me the confidence to go out there and make the right play, and I feel like I did that today.
Kevin?
Dylan, you have 35 in back-to-back games, first freshman to do that in 20 years. How special does it feel to be taking over games at this level?
It's obviously an honor just because being in that elite category, but for me, the biggest thing for me, but just for us is winning, and I feel like we're just a couple plays short today, but that's obviously a great honor, I'm happy to be in that little list, but the biggest thing today was winning.
Byron?
Jeremiah, even though your team didn't get the win, what's it like to see those young guys, Dylan and Ace, develop the way that they have in such a short period of time?
Yeah, ever since day one they stepped on campus, they have showed extreme maturity, and they're gonna keep getting better day by day. These are games they are gonna take under their belt and learn from, and they're two very talented young players, so it's amazing to see.
Steve?
Dylan, you had a couple big collisions and with Cliff there, an old friend. What did you say to him, and what was that like?
It was just friendly trash talk. I've known them all my life, really, since I was about 7th or 8th grade. So, just growing up, just being friends with him, it was just a little friendly trash talk. That was all it was to it.
When you ran into him later, that looked like that you landed pretty hard. Was
yeah.
you okay?
It's just like you just playing basketball at the end of the day. Me and him are both very competitive. We both can go out there and compete with each other, even if we're on the different sides of the ball.
Right.
Steve, you mentioned this is a high-level game. Do you think your team showed their ability to compete in these high-level games against really elite teams?
I think you were there today too. Nate Oates is an elite coach, and they were Final Four team last year. Toe to toe after, and we're young. We got a whole new group of starters. Having Jeremiah in foul trouble too. He does a lot for our team. He's one of our best defenders too. But they're really good. I give them a lot of credit. But we put 90 points up on the board, and we got to do a better job on the defensive end, obviously. But I think this team is growing. We're learning a lot. And we got a lot of new pieces, and better days ahead for us, I think.
The rebounding, been a consistent issue this season. Is that the scheme? Is that guys not being in the right spot?
Well, I actually, credit to Alabama. They out rebounded Houston the other night, and Houston's the standard for rebounding in the country. So we're getting better at it. We're getting better. Our shot selection helps sometimes our rebounding too. But got to take good shots. If we take good shots, we can rebound it. But obviously, we got some weaknesses on our team, just like every team in the country is trying to figure out. But guys are focused on it, and we just got to do a better job as a team. Collective rebounds.
What did you think of how Emmanuel played today?
Emmanuel's getting better and better. What you guys? He's getting better and better. We'll let him figure it out. It will be really interesting. But he's coming. He's a worker. He's a really good teammate, and they have an elite bunch of big guys. Not just Cliff. They just keep bringing them in. So again, I think they have the best bench in the country. They're bringing guys off the bench that, credit to him. These guys are probably starters at a lot of places. So and so you have to battle a lot of guys. They got great size. So it's always a tough game.
What did you see from Ace tonight, just in terms of bouncing back from the last 2 games?
Yeah, It's funny, somebody said that to me the other day. He's pretty good in those games too. I mean, he's a freshman, you know, he does some unbelievable things, but he's, you know, learning and, you know, he was, you know, locked in and confident, and he's a good player. So, you know, it's part of his journey, you know, and guys guard him differently. Every game's different when you're a rookie, and tapes get out and people do different things. He's got to kind of figure that out too, but you know, he's a fantastic kid and a worker. You know, had a great game today against, I mean, they have multiple defenders at all kinds of sizes, so we saw a little bit of everything tonight, so help him out moving forward.
Steve, how will this experience, just playing in this kind of high-level game this early in the season, benefit this team in January, February, March, and on?
Well, I mean, you know, I think it's like anything, you know, the journey. You grow through your seasons, and you grow through the games, and you know, this is as talented a team too as we're probably going to face. Definitely as deep a team. You know, we did some good things, but we'll carve out the tape and we'll learn more, and we got to get better. You got to finish these kind of games off. You don't get many of these opportunities to play top 3 or 4 teams in the country, but you know, it's part of our journey this year with a whole new group of guys. You know, and Jeremiah only played a little bit last year, and Emmanuel and J. Mike, and the rest of us are just, you know, all new to this season. So these obstacles you have to kind of live through.
All right, right there.
Steve, we're sort of in the era where, you know, a lot of teams are shooting a lot of threes. I mean, but you guys are attacking the rim in the mid-range game. How effective is that, especially when you have a guy like Dylan and a guy like Ace who can execute in those situations?
Yeah, I mean, you know, try to get good shots for good players, you know. You know, analytics tells you all these things, but the game is dictates what you have and what guys to take, you know, really good shots. And when you eliminate all the mid-range, there's not a lot of court left, really. You know, take what's available. These guys can really do a good job of rising up. They got great size. You know, Jeremiah is one of the best mid-range guys too in the country. So try to take what's available. You know, and I think that's important for us to continue moving forward and keep, you know, our defense up. But when those guys get those shots, Ace is really hard to guard in those, you know, 15-foot range. And Dylan can go downhill and do a lot of different things. And we got to take advantage of what they bring to the table. So we do that.
Last one, Brian.
Dylan, Jeremiah, a lot of people watch this game. Some people watch you guys for the first time. What do you think you guys showed the people that tuned in and watched you guys play today?
I mean, I think we just showed that we can compete with anyone in the country, really. I mean, all 12 guys that played today, I mean, we all stepped up front. We just went out and went to go get it. But, I mean, obviously we fell short. But I feel like as a team, you know, sometimes you gotta fall short to just have the season you want to have.
Yeah, just what he said. We show we're a competitive team. It's just a small little bump in the road, something you can learn from, and I think we're just going to continue to get better as the season goes.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, appreciate it. Thanks for coming, guys.